differences. The relationship between Lorenz and Freud's theories is a complicated one. They have in common the hydraulic concept of aggression, even though they explain the origin of the device differently, but they seem to be diametrically opposed to each other in another aspect. Freud hypothesized a destructive instinct, an assumption which Lorenz declares to be untenable on biological grounds. His aggressive drive serves life, and Freud's death instinct is the servant of death. But this difference loses most of its significance in the light of Lorenz's account of the vicissitudes of the originally defensive and life-serving aggression by a number of complicated and often questionable constructions. Defensive aggressions is supposed to be the transformed mainly into the spontaneously flowing and self-increasing drive that seeks to create circumstances which facilitate the expression of aggression, or that even explodes when no stimuli can be found or created. Hence, even in a society that is organized from a socio-economic viewpoint in such a way that major aggression could find no proper stimuli, the very demand of the aggressive instinct would force its members to change it, or if they would not, conclusion at which Lorenz aggression would explode even without any stimulus. Thus, the conclusion at which Lorenz arrives that man is driven by the innate force to destroy is, for all practical purposes, the same as Freud. Freud, however, sees the destructive drive opposed. 42. By the equally strong force of eros, life, sex, while for Lorenz life is itself a product of the aggressive instinct, but Freud and Lorenz agree that the failure to express aggression in that the failure to express Both Freud and Lorenz agree that the failure to express aggression in action is unhealthy. Freud had postulated in the earlier period of his work that repression of sexuality can lead to mental illness. Later on, he applied the same principle to the death instinct and taught that the repression of death that the outward directed aggression is unhealthy. Lorenz states that the present day civilized man suffers from insufficient discharges of his aggressive drive. Both the different routes arrive at this picture of man in which aggression, destructive energy is continuously produced and very difficult, if not impossible, in the long run to control. The so-called evil in animals becomes a real evil in man, even though, according to Lorenz, its roots are not evil. Quote, proof, unquote, by analogy. These similarities between Freud's and Lorenz's respective theories about aggression must not, however, becloud their main difference. Freud was a student of men and a keen observer of their manifest behavior and of the various manifestations of their unconscious. His theory of the death instinct may be wrong or incomplete, or it may rest on insufficient evidence, yet it was gained in the process of constrained observation of especially of the lower of a man. Lorenz, on the other hand, in an observer of animals, especially of the other animals, and doubtless of